I didn't even know this was happening, but I gotta be real. I am so glad I know about it now. So apparently, 76 Americans who identify as trans have fled to the Netherlands to claim asylum. And the Netherlands is hilarious because they don't just let you in their country while they process your asylum claim. No, they put you in a camp, like with fences and tents. Oh, and just to be clear, all 76 claims have been denied because the Netherlands recognizes that the United States is a safe country. And to claim asylum in another nation, you have to be fleeing something. And the wild thing is fleeing to the Netherlands, a country whose restrictions on transgender surgery are more strict than the United States. Because like in the Netherlands, you're not even allowed to apply for top surgery until you're 16. In the United States, we allow that as young as 8. The only thing that the Netherlands allows that the United States doesn't is they allow transgenders to serve in the military. Now, of course, none of these 76 people actually want to go do that. So all of their claims have been denied. They get one appeal, and they get to go live in a camp while they do that appeal. And we will shortly have them back in the U.S. God, I wish they would keep them, though.
Yeah, you heard that correctly. We have 76 individuals, Americans, who thought it would be a great idea to flee America because America is so terrible. Which, hey, listen, I got to give them credit. Because time after time again, I've always talked about people crying and complaining about America, but then they never leave. These individuals genuinely left. They actually left. So, hey, kudos to them. I got to give them credit, right? I got to call balls and strikes, okay? Got to call balls and strikes. And, hey, got to give credit where credit is due. And it's most certainly due because they actually left. So, hey, kudos to them. But they were denied when they got to the Netherlands, as you heard there in that video clip. Got the denial because obviously America is not a horrible, terrible, no good, very bad place. Nobody is genuinely fleeing from America due to safety concerns or anything like that. And other countries recognize it and it's just like, nah, you don't get to come here. Now, I hope their appeal goes great because these individuals are appealing that decision from the Netherlands. And listen, I hope it goes through. I hope the Netherlands changes their mind and says, you know what? All of you 76 former Americans, you guys can stay over here in the Netherlands. We're going to give you full citizenship. You never have to go back to America ever again. I hope so. But this is an absolutely hilarious story, man. And I want to talk about it a little bit more. All right?
When you think of refugees, your mind probably goes to Africans or Syrians fleeing conflict. But what if I told you that Americans, people from the United States, are now applying for refugee status, and the numbers are higher than you think? For decades, the US was the place others ran to for safety. Now people are running from it. So why are US citizens applying for asylum, and where are they going? In Canada, 245 Americans filed refugee claims in just the first half of 2025, already more than all of last year. In Australia, at least 29 Americans have applied for protection visas this year. And Ireland has also seen a rise, tripling applications from US nationals since 2024. Small numbers compared to African or Middle Eastern flows, but still, the trend is real. Lawyers say many claims come from LGBTQ+ and transgender Americans who feel unsafe with rising restrictions and hostility at home. But here's the catch. Most claims get rejected. Why? Because the US is still classed as a safe country. Even so, the fact that Americans are trying tells us something. Think about the reversal. The country that once gave asylum to millions is now producing its own claimants. Meanwhile, across Africa, over 230,000 Americans live on the continent today, not as refugees, but as migrants, workers, and settlers. Migration is never one way. History keeps flipping the script. So never hold yourself above others. Because the refugee you look down on today, tomorrow it could be you. This is the Africa you're not shown. And it's Africa that reminds us no country is above migration.
So, not massive numbers, but hey, numbers. And I like it. People leaving America that want to sit here and cry and complain about how terrible America is. They're actually packing up and leaving. I absolutely love it. I ain't crying about it. I ain't complaining about it either. Matter of fact, if they need some help packing, I'll help them my darn self. Okay? I will help them myself.
So apparently 76 trans Americans fled Trump's tyranny for Dutch safety. 0 were granted asylum, still in refugee camps that they're claiming are worse than the US prisons. Mind you, half of these individuals probably left high-rise apartments in the US to go and live on the floor in sleeping bags in the dirt and claim that they were so oppressed and needed to seek asylum from the US. Seek asylum from what? And another thing that these people fail to realize is you went to the Netherlands to try to seek asylum when they genuinely feel that people from the US are presumed not to need asylum protection because they treat the United States as a safe country of origin, and in order to get approval, it is very rare unless they can prove specific individualized prosecution that the US government cannot or will not address. Because the Netherlands considers the US a safe country, applicants must clear a very high bar. They must show specific personal threats, not general fears. They must prove that they can't relocate safely within the US and show that they can't get protection from police or courts. And simply seeking asylum for being a transgender and not agreeing with your government, the applicant could qualify if they can prove repeated targeted violence with no police protection, credible death threats or extreme harassment, evidence that authorities refuse to help or protect them. And even then, the approval is still rare. So it looks to me that you guys are probably never going to get approved for asylum because you don't qualify for any of the things listed. No one is out there just blatantly targeting you at all. And if you are blatantly targeted or violent, someone is violent towards you just because of who you are, there's laws against that. It's called hate crimes, and that person will go to fucking jail for it. So again, the law still protects you. And you can easily relocate wherever the fuck you want within the United States without somebody stopping you just because you're LGBTQ whatever plus. People have lost no rights whatsoever, and you can walk freely on this God-given motherfucking earth just the same way everybody else does in the United States. So y'all are over there suffering and realizing that the grass isn't greener. Oh, and the fact that everybody has immigration laws and you can't just seek asylum wherever the fuck you want. Yeah, I don't feel bad for you. Deal with it. Learn. You live and you learn, right? Like, let's be real. These people have not lost any constitutional rights under Donald Trump. Marriage equality, workplace protections, freedom of speech are all fully intact. So trying to claim otherwise and seek asylum abroad is not going to go in your favor because you haven't lost anything. And you have many protections under this government. I think that these people have lost their fucking minds and they thought that they were running from something that didn't exist just to put themselves in a worse situation. And I'm glad that they realized you can't just up and flee and go to somebody's other fucking country and think they're just going to open their doors to you immediately.
I'm kind of sad that they are coming to that realization, right? I wish that, you know, they continually fear this non-existent boogeyman and just continually want to leave America. They go from one country to the next country to another country trying to seek asylum until somebody actually accepts them. Because first off, the whole idea of, oh, I gotta flee America because it's so dangerous is, come on now, really? What are you fleeing? Yourself? Like your own shadow? Like, because there's no right-wingers, right, that are going after you. And I've said this before. Show me the video clips, because we've all got cameras, right? There's cameras everywhere. Show me the video footage of these right-wingers that are going after these leftists, that are threatening these leftists' lives left and right and putting them in danger. Show me. I have yet to see any video footage. I have yet to see it. I can show you video footage of leftists going after people on the right. As a matter of fact, we just talked about this the other day with Sav Says, with Savannah Hernandez, viciously being attacked. But you can't show me the videos the other way, and yet you have these people crying and complaining that America is so dangerous, so they have to flee. Which, hey, listen, flee. Stay afraid of this non-existent boogeyman. But I'm also going to tell you that the boogeyman doesn't exist, right? It's silly, man. But anyway, I just thought this was a hilarious story. Y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.